Hey, welcome to Back to School Night. Welcome to my first grade class. My name is Mrs. Boswell, and I'm excited to be working with your students this year. Our class motto is, if you can dream it, you can achieve it. So dream big and work even harder. We are superheroes. In first grade, we lay the foundation for all future education and learning, so every single day counts. Here's some of the things that we're going to go over tonight. I'm going to welcome you to first grade by sharing our curriculum, our classroom expectations, and school expectations. So curriculum would be English Language Arts and ELD, Math, Science, Social Studies. Classroom expectations would be daily schedule, classroom behavior, homework policy, and parents are partners in our homework and reading at night, grading policy, and then of course the school-wide expectations. Our daily schedule. Our schedule starts at 8:35 and we do attendance right away, so please be there every day on time. We have our morning routine where we do our journaling and say our pledge and learn days of the week and months of the year and hello, sing songs, hello to all the children, learn some patriotic songs. We practice some language arts from 9:30 to 10. We have our short morning recess. Then we break into small groups with our English language arts, our English language development for English language learners. And we do practice in writing, reading, sight words, spelling, all of those type of activities. From 11:15 to 11:45, we do our Amplify time in independent reading. At 11:45, we go to lunch. Right after lunch, we begin our math block. So we could do math for about an hour until 1:25. And then we have about 20 minutes of Dreambox. We do our very last recess, which is actually 1:45 to 1:55, but we usually don't get in the classroom until about 2. And that's where we put in our social studies, science, art, and PE. And we do our behavior and cleanup. Our class subjects that we're going to cover in first grade is English language arts, targeted intervention, writing, math, science, social studies, ELD, PE, art, and technology. We also go to music one day a week with Mrs. Osborne. All right. English language arts. Our book is California Journeys by HMH, and we focus on reading comprehension, asking ourselves and answering the who, what, where, when, and why questions. We practice sentence structure, grammar, fluency, and our state has a statewide goal of reader by 9. So by 3rd grade, our students should be reading at or above grade level. So it's very, very, very important that your kiddo learns to read in the 1st grade, because in every subject, there's reading involved. So that is the most important thing that you can do to help your child is read to them, listen to them read. If you speak another language, read to whatever that language literature to them. Language 1 facilitates language 2. So we really, really encourage you to read all day, every day when you go to the store. Have them read the shopping list, have them read labels off the counters, whatever. Just make sure reading is a very large part of their everyday. Targeted intervention is standard-based small group instruction. We have 30 minutes for English language arts and ELD small groups. We have 30 minutes of a combination of Amplify, iRead, MyOn, independent reading, and tech time. So that's part of our morning block. Okay, writing. By the end of this school year, your kiddo should be writing an 8 to 11 sentence paragraph composition using the Step Up to Writing color-coded format. And I will be sharing that with them probably starting either next week or the following week. And it includes a topic sentence, the body of the paragraph, and a concluding sentence, and using transitions to help organize our paragraph. We also focus in writing on spelling, grammar, and punctuation. We focus on academic and enriched vocabulary. And each unit will focus on a specific genre, opinion, narrative, or informational. In math, we have our California Math Expressions by HMH. In first grade, we're learning math facts, addition, subtraction, number patterns, several strategies to teach them how to add and subtract fluently. We're learning place value to 120. They should be able to count to 120. They should be able to count by 2s, 5s, 10s to 120, add and subtract. They are going to be learning how to represent and compare data on tables and graphs. We're going to learn time to the hour, the o'clock, and to the half hour, 30. We're going to learn some basic measurement and some shapes and what equal shares mean. In science and social studies, we are using the Amplify Science curriculum. Our units are light and sound, spinning earth, animal and plant defenses. And in social studies, we do studies, California Studies Weekly, which we focus on family, community, government, citizenship, economics, consumerism, and we will be assigning projects occasionally. In fact, you're going to be getting a extra credit project coming next week, I believe, just to get them warmed up and starting to think like a scientist and use the scientific method. That one is extra credit. The following week, you're going to be getting a social studies project that is for real and will be used as part of their report card grade. So the first one is just kind of a practice warming up doing these projects. And parents, when you are doing projects with your kiddos, please help them, but let them do the work themselves, okay? I'm sure you can make a beautiful building and I would give you an A+, but I really want to know what your child is capable of doing and how your child is thinking scientifically. So help, but let them do most of the work. ELD, English Language Development. This is for English language learners. 30 minutes every day. Vocabulary and language standards and skills are emphasized. Students are grouped and taught based on their CELT levels. English onlys are grouped separately for extra English language arts instruction, tech time, and support. And I'm really excited that we do have a reading intervention teacher this year. So we're going to be grouping them up and she's going to be teaching them lots of phonics skills and phonetic awareness and how to chunk and how to blend and all those kind of things. So I'm very, very excited for the reading program that we're going to implement this year. Homework is due Fridays, not a choice. Okay, your homework includes 15 to 20 minutes of reading. And that's the sheet that you sign every night that's in the blue folder. You need to date it, tell me what your child read, and then sign. Now, if your child read 3 different books that night, you just have to tell me one. Basically, all you're telling me is your child read for 15 minutes. And that time will go up as we go through the quarters. We will, as I just mentioned, have special assignments and projects from time to time. We do have academic technology time. On occasion, I will assign technology at home. We try to get all of our tech time done in class, but sometimes we just get pushed. So, you know, kind of keep up with the Dreambox and Amplify and make sure your kiddos are doing an hour of Amplify reading every week. And Dreambox, the expectation is passing 6 to 8 of the games or lessons or an hour of time, whichever happens first. And everything that I give for homework is a review. So it supports performance in the classroom. It's not an option. It is a required, and I do give a homework grade on your report card. So once again, make sure you are doing that 15, 20 minutes. If you have to choose, pick the reading all the time. Pick the reading all the time. Now, if something comes up, you know, if mom falls and God forbid, you know, has to go to the emergency room or something happens, please email me or phone or call me and let me know what's going on. I will work with you. Okay. You know, I understand. I had 5 kids of my own, and I understand stuff happens. So I'm more than willing to work with you as long as I'm aware of what's going on. So like I said, if something came up and it was just too crazy, just shoot me a quick email, and I'm more than happy to extend it to maybe Monday, or we can work something out. Okay, don't worry about that. Grading policy. Report cards are given quarterly. Quarter 1 report cards will be handed out during or right before the parent conferences at the end of September and right before we go on fall break. Grades are collected for independent, partner, and group work. Please, please, please encourage your kiddos to stay current with all the class and homework, because as the year goes on, the pace increases. And if we're building those study habits right now. So I am really, really being firm with them as far as getting their work done. We need to build strong study habits that are going to be the foundation for all further learning from now through high school and hopefully even on to college and career readiness. So please make sure that we're building these disciplines and good study habits. Turn it in. One of the things that the kiddos do is they shove it in their desk and they forget about it and it doesn't get turned in. I want to encourage you to encourage them, as I do, that even if you didn't finish it and it's due, turn it in. Because anything, any grade, even an F grade is better than a 0 grade, okay? 0 is the grade book buster. So please, please, please do not get zeros. Any grade, even an F grade, is 50 points more than a 0. Okay, so please turn in all work that is assigned. Here's our grading scale. This shows the percentage, and it's a pretty standard scale. This is our proficiency level. If you get 89.5 to 100%, you are exceeding the standard and you would get the number grade 4. 77.5 to 89.4 means standard is met and you would receive a 3. And so on. A 2 is standard is nearly met. A 1 is standard is not met. And if I do not even have enough grades because there's 0, 0, zeros, you will receive a 0. Alrighty, these are organized according to the district. So this is not a Mrs. B thing. This is the district's requirement. So I follow their grading scale. So where we want to have them is a minimum of a 2, but really where we want them is 3s and 4s. Classroom community rules. Our classroom expectations are to follow directions, complete tasks, come to class on time, and prepared to learn, ready to learn. Raise your hand for permission to leave your seat. Keep your hands, feet, and objects to yourself. Politely communicate and collaborate. Use materials correctly. Walk at all times when you're out of your seat. We're working on keeping our bodies safe. And just, what is it like to be a friend? We're respectful. We're responsible. We do our work. We don't talk over somebody. We don't talk down to somebody. So we talk a lot about how it looks to be a good friend. What does it look to be a good friend or a good citizen of our classroom community? Positive incentives. I give lots of praise, shout outs, high fives. Tell them they rock. They clip up on the behavior chart. Marbles if the whole class is doing well. And when we fill our marble jar, we get to do something fun. It could be a treat. It could be extra PE time. It could be a movie. It might even be a movie and popcorn if they've been really, really good. Art, so all kinds of stuff. They also get to go to Treasure. And I give them lots of love and encouragement. I am firm, fair, consistent, but very, very loving. So your kiddo's in good hands with me. We also do something called a Lucky 4 drawing with tickets and incentive cards. And I hand these out throughout the day. If I look down and your kiddo is just on task doing what they're supposed to be doing, they might get one of these cards and then they put their name on. It goes into a box. And then at the end of the week on Friday, I pull 4 of these cards out, and of course they get a choice. They can go to the candy box and get 2 candies, or they can go to the treasure box and get 1 treasure. And it's really, really a big deal. They do a drum roll and get super excited. But those are for being on task, working well with others, answering questions, and showing good character, being that good friend. As I already explained, we have a marble jar for the whole class's behavior. We also do a behavioral clip card every day where we start on green, and green is basically we're ready to learn. And then we move up. I believe it goes green. If they clip up for good behavior, it goes to pink. Purple is like role model, and blue is the highest you get. So if they have clipped up that 3 times to end up on blue at the end of the day, they get to go to treasure. The opposite of that is after several warnings, if the kiddo is still not behaving or not being on task the way I need them to be, then they will clip down and it will go yellow, which is basically just a warning. Orange, which is, hey, you better think about this. And then if it goes to red, then there's going to be consequences, either a loss of recess or maybe even a contact parents at home. So green is just perfect, ready to learn. Pink, purple, blue, you're a total rock star superhero. Green, yellow, warning. Orange, watch out. You better change something here. Red, whereas there will be consequences. Okay. Here are the consequences. Several warnings are given before there are consequences, as we are still learning what acceptable behavior looks like. If a child is constantly disruptive, parent will be notified. But we talk a lot about what does it look like when you're being good? What does a good student look like? What does a good friend look like? What does it look like when you're not being good or not being a good friend? What does a good friend look like when they're winning? What does a good friend look like or a good citizen when you're losing? So we are trying to model these behaviors for them so that they know what is acceptable. In this time, we're still learning that. So they have several warnings and redirections and chances to get it right before there are any consequences. Character counts. I cannot tell you, and I emphasize this in the class so much. Character truly counts. What makes us valuable is the ability to show respect, responsibility, trustworthiness, show how you can care, being caring, that you are fair, and that you are always a good citizen. We are always trying to make the place that we learn in or live in or our community, even larger community, a better place. We're not trying to take it away or make it a worse place. We're always trying to better our community. And the only way that is done is by acts of character, good character, even when no one's looking. School awards. Awards are given quarterly. Honor roll awards are given to those who score a 3 or a 4 on the unit benchmark. So that would be an academic award. Then I give out recognition awards for either academic or citizenship achievements, classroom achievements. Here's the legalities, the student expectations about dress code and come to school to learn, be on time, line up, attend classes, be cooperative with this and respectful with the staff, keep non-school items at home, like toys and games and stuff like that, unless they're asked for some reason specifically to bring them in. No chewing gum. That's just basically, you guys have all been made aware of that in your parent handbook. Tardiness and absences. School starts at 8:35. Students are expected to be in the line at 8:35 and to attend and participate daily. Please let me know once again if there are any extending situations. There's a doctor appointment or your car wouldn't start or whatever. I'm more than happy to work with you as long as I'm aware of the situation. So please, 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 if something comes up, just let me know. And about attendance down here, your child is expected to be in school each day and arrive on time Excused absences include illness, medical appointments, quarantine, court appearances, religious holidays, funeral services. If a student must be absent for any reason, please make sure you're calling the office and telling them the reason why they are absent. And then when they return, make sure you send a note, put in their file. Reminders, please, please, please have your child bring their Chromebook fully charged each day. Today, literally 4 of our kiddos' Chromebooks crashed within minutes. But because we're having a shortage right now, since they handed out so many Chromebooks, and in first grade, we get the cool touchscreen ones, they don't have any spares. So literally, I have 1 extra Chromebook in my room, but I don't have any charger for it because I had to have up the chargers. So please charge those Chromebooks and send your charger in with your kiddo every day. So in case yours does die, we can plug it in. Please return that blue parent communication folder every single day. That is where I put any important papers, anything that you need to be aware of, the homework, the reading log, the behaviors, all of that goes in there. Please sign the nightly reading log and behavior log each night. Your kiddos get to clip up. If I see that they read and that I see that you saw their behavior for the day. And also as part of their behavior, they have to write a sentence. And I do that so that they have something to talk to you about for school. Because I know with my kids, I would say, well, what'd you learn today? And they go, I don't know. So anyway, we write a sentence to tell you something that we did every day. So that's just a starting point for you to engage in a conversation with your kiddo on what they did during the day at school. Once again, a reminder is homework is due each Friday. Our lesson spelling tests are on Friday. PE is on Friday, so please remember shoes that will work for PE. All righty, if you have any questions or concerns, please let me know. You can email me at sboswell@lodiusd.net. That is also on our weekly newsletter, or call the school and leave a message. My direct extension to the classroom is also on the weekly newsletter. So you can call the classroom and leave a message, and I will get back to you as soon as I can. Let's have a great year. I look forward to knowing each and every one of your children better and getting to meet you. Take care. Bye-bye.